G'day Malcolm, haven't seen you for a while. What have you been up to? Oh mate, yeah, haven't seen you for a while, yeah. Yeah mate, I haven't been up to much mate, you know, just farming stuff. Just farming stuff, you know. That's all I seem to ever do mate. Yeah mate, you know. Hey, I'll tell you something though, Recently, I had a bit of a health problem mate. Oh yeah mate. Bit of a health problem, yeah. I had the shingles, mate. Yeah, can you believe it? I had the shingles. Yeah, didn't get the injection, mate. You know, wimped out on it. Tell you what, wish I hadn't done that, mate. Oh no, mate. Shingles, mate. Oh, it smarted a bit for a while, mate. Oh, buddy, 9 weeks where I didn't do anything, mate, and it lingered on after that as well, mate. Oh yeah, you don't want that, mate, you don't want that, I can tell you. You know, now I'm a tough Aussie farmer, mate. I've had my share of pain over the years, mate, but none of it compares to the shingles, mate. Oh no, mate, you know. Yeah, I remember that time I come off the horse Petal, mate. Now he bucked me off, you know, Randy bugger. And I discolated me shoulder, mate. He popped it out. That smarted for a bit. Had to drive the ute into town, you know. And you know, can't change gear, so it's trying to change gear with the other hand, and oh mate, that smarted a bit. Until I got into the hospital, mate, and this embryo of a doctor roofed on my arm and popped her back in. You know, yeah, that hurt a bit. Then I broke the wing, mate. You know, coming off Petal again. You know, that hurt a bit. Oh yeah, mate. That hurt a bit. Then that old Flower, mate, the bull Flower. He was a bit upset there one day. You know, big grumpy, mate. And he put his head down and he's digging at the ground and he charges at me, mate, you know. Well, I did the Flower two-step shuffle, mate, you know, and ducked out of the way, mate. And as he went by, as the bugger went by, he sort of lashed out with his back leg, mate, you know. And, well, mate, he caught me. I'm sort of back here. I suppose you'd call it me bum, mate. Bang! I went flying. Tell you what, that went an interesting shade of purple for a while, I can tell you. Oh yeah. Yeah, that hurt a bit. Yeah, that hurt a bit. Then of course I'm a farmer. I come across a lot of things that bite you, mate. You know. And so I've been bitten by a few things, mate. I was doing some fencing one day. I'm a bit overloaded, a fence post on the shoulder, a chainsaw, and had all the gear with me, and I'm trying to walk along, and I tripped on a stick, mate. The old tripping on a stick trick. And went face down, bang, right into a jumping ant nest, mate. And they're jumping, mate, you know, I can tell you, they're biting me all over the place, mate, you know. That sort of smarted a bit, stung a bit, mate, oh yeah, till I got myself up and out of there, mate. Yeah. And then of course I got bit by a scorpion once, mate. Now I don't know if you ever come across Australian scorpions. They're not like the sort of ones you see in the telly, mate, you know, with James Bond, you know, where the bad guy will try and kill James Bond by putting a scorpion in his boot or something, you know. Yeah, you're not going to get James Bond that way, mate. You know, he's too smart, mate, too smart. But anyway, they're big buggers, mate. They're sort of big buggers. But the Australian scorpion is only a little tiny thing, you know. Hardly make an inch long, if you know what I'm saying, you know. Look the same, mate. They look the same with the little tail, a little stinger. Yeah. I was chopping firewood and bang, chopped one in half. Then I put it back up to chop it again, and the finger went in because it was a bit rotten in the middle, and your finger went in to the rotten bit, and bang, whoo, what was that? So I banged the bit of wood on the log, and that's when out dropped the scorpion in, mate, and so axe versus scorpion, he didn't have much chance for there. But I'll tell you what, just here on the finger, mate, I don't know, 35 years later, he's still a dead bit, mate. Yeah, still a dead bit. Yeah. That buddy smarted for a week or so, mate. Yeah. But none of all that compares to the shingles, mate. None of it, mate. Oh, no. They're shingles. You don't want to get that, mate. Yeah, get that injection, mate. Get that injection. Yeah. How's married life treating you? How's married life, mate, eh? Now, married life took a bit of getting used to. I have to tell you that, mate. It took a bit of getting used to. I've been a bachelor all my life, mate, all my life. So I wasn't really used to somebody doing stuff for me, I'd sort of go to put a load of washing on and go in the laundry there, mate, and the washing machine's already chugging away, mate. I'd go to do some ironing, but they wouldn't be there then, it's already done. Go to the freezer to get something out for dinner, already something sitting on the kitchen sink. So it took a bit of getting used to. Not bad, mind you, but just adapting, mate, to somebody doing things for you. And I tell you what, I'd be a lot of harder life it would have been if I hadn't been a married man, because she looked after me pretty well during the shingles, mate. Yeah, looked after me pretty well, mate. Yeah, the wife. That's a funny thing to say, the wife, mate, after all these years, the wife. yeah, the granny, mate, yeah. How's that jelly bean jar going? Mate, are we talking about that same jelly bean jar? The jelly bean jar? Is that what we're talking about? Ooh, mate, Yeah, mate, yeah, how's the jelly bean jar going? Well, mate, it's empty, mate. Can you believe that? Yeah, that jelly bean jar. You know the jelly bean jar I'm talking about, mate. The one where you put a jelly bean in a jar every time you have a bit of fun. If you know what I'm talking about, mate. You know what I'm talking about. And then that's when you're single. And then once you get married, you take a jelly bean out every time you sort of, you know what I'm saying, mate? Yeah. And the old wives' tale says that you're never going to empty that jar. You know what I'm saying? Well, mate, like I said, mine's empty, mate. But to be fair, mate, I have to be fair, my jar wasn't exactly full. It's about half full. Yeah, about half full. It was a big jar, mind you, but it was a big jar. It's one of them old bicky jars out of the shops before they sold biscuits in packets, mate. That's going back a while, mate. That's going back a while. So it's one of them big jobs, mate, But nevertheless, wouldn't compare to your jelly bean jar, would it, mate? I wouldn't compare to that. I've got a cupboard full. Cupboard full? Mate, I wouldn't be boasting about that. A cupboard full? A cupboard full, mate? Mate, you got married tomorrow. You'd never empty that, mate. Oh, a cupboard full. That's more than what's going on there? There's something wrong with your camera, mate. There was something flying in front of your camera there for a minute. Don't know what that was. Bit of paper, mate. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. That Pantsman Kevin, or formerly Pantsman Kevin, when he had his bucks night, he told me that he had 5 jars. Mate, Kevin's an amateur compared to you, mate. Oh, mate, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's something you should boast about, mate. Not sure about that, How's retirement life treating you? Oh, retirement, mate. Yeah, I am retired now. Yeah. Well, I am and I'm not really, mate. When it comes down to it. Now, like I think I told you last time I saw you, the granny, the wife, her spare has taken over my farm, and that's good. He's doing a good job, mate. Doing it different to what I would, but it's his time now, mate. but I help out. You know, I don't interfere, mate. I don't interfere. I just help out. So I do all those daily jobs. You know, feed the chooks, mate. You know, all those. You know, feed the other animals, and I do a bit of maintenance on the machinery. I just do all the little jobs, mate. And that frees him up a bit. You know, and you know, I move the chooks. Now he's got free range chooks, or you know, the same as what I used to have. They're on they're in a shed, or lots of sheds, and they're on skids, mate. You hook the tractor on and you just drag them 30-40 metres along the paddock, mate, you know. So they've got a bit of fresh grass to eat, mate, you know. And so I do that. Now those sheds have got like mesh on the floor, like heavy duty mesh, you can walk on it and everything. And so all the chook poo goes straight through under the shed. So when you move it, there's this big pile of muck, mate, you know. On the front of the tractor there's like a big broom muck spreader, big rotating brush, you know. So you go along and you sort of whirl it up to full speed, mate, and it throws the muck all over the place, you know. Tell you what, the bloody grass comes back quick and good after that, I can tell you, mate. Yeah, oh yeah, mate, you know. So I do those sort of daily jobs for him. You know, and then when he's got a big plant on or a big harvest on, you know, he's sowing seeds or whatever and ploughing paddocks, well, I can man with that as well, mate, you know. So I haven't really retired. Yeah. Tell you what though, he bought a brand new John Deere. Oh yeah, mate, oh yeah. Great big sucker, you know. I tell you what, mate, you got to be a fighter pilot to drive the bugger, mate. It's like sitting in the cockpit of a jet plane, mate, you know. There's screens everywhere. It's got a laser beam doohickey thing, so you get the row straight, mate. It's got some sort of depth you got to set. The plough's going to plough at a certain depth. It works out the moisture content of the soil, mate. Oh, it takes you an hour before you even get the tractor started, mate, you know. No way I could have started the bugger without some instruction. You know, you don't just get in it and push a button. You know, pull her into neutral, push a button. That's what you used to do. Now, mate, yeah, set this, set that, adjust this, you know. Oh, mate. Yeah, like I say, it's like sitting at the end of the airstrip way, getting the bloody jumbo jet into the sky, mate, you know. Check this, check. Oh, mate. There's something about all that stuff that feels like it's taking your manhood away, mate, you know. Your control. It makes you a bloke, mate. It takes that away from you, that does. Can't say I'm keen on it, you know. But I'll acknowledge, mate, I'll acknowledge that my great-great-great-grandfather, he probably banged on about the horses going out and tractors coming in, mate, you know. So, now he was probably saying, oh, all this steam power, great big tractors, mate, you know. So, each generation to each generation, mate, you know. You've got to live and let live, you know. All right, mate. I better be on my way and let you get back to doing some filming. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.